A man armed with 3 guns fatally shot his ex-wife and 5 others during a rampage in a small rural town in the U.S. state of Mississippi, police say. The victims were killed at several locations, including a store and 2 homes, in Arkabutla, a community of fewer than 300 people. Police have charged a 52-year-old local man with first-degree murder and held him at the county jail. No motive for his attack has yet been identified. The suspect is believed to have acted alone, said Mississippi Governor Tate Reeves. The rampage began when the gunman entered a petrol station convenience store at around 11 o'clock local time, 1700 hours GMT, and shot a man to whom he had no apparent connection, Sheriff Brad Lance said. He then went to a nearby home where he fatally shot his ex-wife and, according to CNN, struck but did not shoot her fiancé. Investigators say the gunman then drove to a home next to his own residence and fatally shot a man who may have been his stepfather, as well as an unnamed woman, the New York Times reports. He then shot 2 people, one inside a car and one on the road, not far from his own home. The final 2 victims appear to have been construction workers on a job at the site, according to Sheriff Lance. Deputies spotted the suspect inside a vehicle matching witness descriptions and were able to apprehend him near his home after a brief car chase. "We don't have a lot of violent crime here. This is shocking," said Sheriff Lance. "I never dreamt that we would deal with something like that here." He said the suspect had a shotgun and 2 handguns in his possession. A primary and secondary school in nearby Coldwater were placed on lockdown during the incident, which unfolded 45 miles, 72 kilometers, south of Memphis, in neighboring Tennessee. Ethan Cash, a 19-year-old local resident, told Reg TV that he had seen the gun-toting suspect. Mr. Cash said he also checked the pulse of the victim who died inside his vehicle and drew his own pistol on an injured man nearby who turned out to be the victim's brother. Gun violence in U.S. and what the numbers tell us. Friday's incident marks the 73rd mass shooting since the year began, according to the Gun Violence Archive, GVA, nonprofit research database. GVA defines a mass shooting as an incident in which 4 or more people are injured or killed. A lone gunman killed 6 people including his ex-wife and stepfather Friday, multiple locations in a tiny rural community in northern Mississippi, the sheriff said, leaving investigators searching for clues to what motivated the rampage. Armed with a shotgun and 2 handguns, 52-year-old Richard Dale Crum opened fire at about 11 a.m. and killed a man in the driver's seat of a pickup truck parked outside a convenience store in Arkabutla, near the Tennessee state line, Tate County Sheriff Brad Lance said. Deputies were working the crime scene when a second 911 call alerted authorities to another shooting a few miles away. After arriving at a home, they found a woman, whom the sheriff identified as Crum's ex-wife, shot dead and her current husband wounded. Lance said deputies caught up with Crum outside his own home and arrested him. Behind the residence they found 2 handymen slain by gunfire, one in the road, another in an SUV. Inside a neighboring home, they discovered the bodies of Crum's stepfather and his stepfather's sister. "Everybody has crime, and from time to time we have violent crime, but certainly nothing of this magnitude," Lance said in an interview. He added, without being able to say what triggered this, "That's the scary part." Crum, 52, was jailed without bond on a single charge of capital murder, and Lance said investigators were working to bring additional charges. It was not immediately known if Crum had an attorney who could speak on his behalf.